Good afternoon. Hope you're having a great week. It is Tuesday, September 16th, 1:32 p.m. Central Daylight Time, local time here in Muskogee, Oklahoma. So I just delivered to the Lowe's in Muskogee, and now I'm leaving and heading to the Lowe's in Tahlequah. And I've been recording all day long, but on the way here, in between my last stop and this stop, the phone died. I'm guessing that either there's something wrong with my battery cable, it's working now, or it somehow came loose, it wasn't plugged in all the way, because the phone basically drained down and then turned off. So, yeah, I was planning on doing a full driving day video, but that's not happening now. We'll try to get the rest of it. Once I get on the highway, I'll then turn right onto US 62 East Shawnee Bypass. The turn in here was impossible to not go over a damn curb. I hit the curb with both my tractor and the trailer because it's this tiny little narrow lane to get in here. So we're waiting on a green light because we have to cross two roads. There's a road right in front of me, and then we have the road that we're turning on to. So there's like a service road or something. And you're supposed to wait back here for a green light, which most people do not do. When I turned in here, there were people at the red light pulled. This is the reason that I couldn't make the turn, is because there were people pulled out here all the way at this line. All right, left lane closed. All right, so what's been going on today? Well, let's talk with what's fresh in my mind. That delivery right there, there was another local driver that pulled up right before me, and he got unloaded. Like he was finishing unloading. Like he got unloaded by the time it took me to back in. He was walking out of there. He backed in just as I got there, and then by the time I backed in, he was leaving. And there was one girl working in shipping and receiving, and she was just mad. She did not say a single word to me. Nothing at all. I walked in and I said 6 windows, and I opened up the gate. I took the windows out, and she just stood there over by the office with her pen in her hand waiting to sign. And then after I finished, I walked over there and I handed her the paperwork. I said, okay, it's 3 bills of lading. There's shipper, carrier, customer. I don't care if you sign customer, that's your copy. And then I need you to sign the manifest. You don't have to put times on anything. Just sign and date. Not a word. And whenever she signed each page, she flung it at me. She almost threw them off the table. And I collected the pages, handed her her copies, put them in my binder. I said, thank you much, and left. I don't know what her damn problem was, but she was just rude. But I got in and out of there quick. She didn't help at all. I've only had one girl help with a trailer, and she only took out one window. So Of every stop I've done, anytime there's been a girl in shipping and receiving, they have done nothing except for one who took out one window and complained the entire time about it. Huffed and puffed and just made a big scene out of her having to touch freight. Like, you're working in shipping and receiving and you're whining about having to touch freight. She took out the one window and then she went and sat on the forklift and gave directions to the guys in there about putting stuff on the forklift for her. Like, women, if you want equality, it's not just about having the same job and the same pay as a man. You also have to do the same work as a man. Like, I'm sure that there are some women out there that are hardworking, but that has not been my experience. In manual labor jobs, women are lazy and they avoid work. And there are some guys that do the same damn thing. I've had issues with guys at these places. There was I forget where it was. I can't remember it. I'll remember later, but I can't remember right now. There was one of the places I delivered. There were 4 guys that stood there at the back of the trailer and watched me unload 24 windows, all by myself. And I even made like 2 comments while I was unloading it, talking about them just standing around not helping. And one of them walked off whenever I said the first comment. And then when I made the second comment, 2 others walked off. And I only had one person left standing there watching me unload when I got to the final window. And I asked him to come help me with it because it was like an 8-foot wide window. It's like 6 feet tall, 8 feet wide, weighed over 100 pounds. And I'm in the front of it. I pick it up and I'm trying to carry it. And he goes, "We just slide these." And I said, "Well, you guys can damage it as much as you want after you receive it, but until then, pick it up." He didn't pick it up. He didn't help me move that. I picked up my end and he just left his end on the ground and I drug it out of there. So it's not just lazy women. There are a lot of lazy men as well. But percentages wise, it's been like 100% of the women were lazy and like 10 or 15% of the men were lazy. I'm not supposed to be unloading these trailers all by my lonesome. I am paid to assist them unloading. The $25 that I get for the unload is for me to count the items and make sure that they're taking the correct items off the trailer and help find the items. But I have unloaded almost every trailer by myself. Well, let me take that back. Let me rephrase that. Across Kansas, the Menards, most of them were helpful. Across Oklahoma, almost no one's been helpful. The delivery before this one in McAllister, 2 guys helped me. There were 2 guys in shipping and receiving, and both of them helped me. They were like fighting me to take the windows. Like, they were overly helpful. I had 13 windows I delivered to them, and they were like awesome. All right, we got a light coming up. So let's talk about what's been going on today. What is the schedule like? Sorry, I'm just watching traffic in front and behind me and slowing down for this red light. Should be able to get up to speed pretty quick going downhill. Green. Go, 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 go. We started from 14 miles per hour. So I was not able to deliver to Lawton yesterday. So yesterday, my hope was that I would be able to get all of Oklahoma City done yesterday, and I knocked that out. And then I was like, oh my goodness, maybe I can get Lawton knocked out as well today. And I thought that I was going to be able to make it to Lawton, but there was construction, and I was stuck on a 1.5 mile stretch of road for about an hour. It took me about an hour to go 1.5 miles on the interstate. And it was because it was a really long exit lane, and I needed to take that exit, and people were passing on the left and then cutting into the exit lane at the last second. And, you know, people in Oklahoma, being the nice people that they are, were letting them in. And it just caused the exit lane to just come to a complete stop. And yeah, it took me about an hour to go 1.5 miles because of all of the people cutting in at the last second, causing the exit lane to stop. So I was not able to deliver to Lawton. Just a second here. This SUV in front of me just slowed way down. And now I can get over in the left lane. Now it's blocked in. Now they're speeding up. When I was blocked in, they just kept slowing down, but now I'm getting blocked in again. I had an opening to get around them, and they took off. And the truck behind me, whenever we slowed down, hopped out to pass me, and now they're just speed matching me on my left side. So I started my day in Lawton. I camped out overnight at the Lowe's in Lawton. I went ahead and opened up my doors and backed into the dock and just sat there overnight. And I set my alarm for 6 a.m. I woke up at 6 a.m. and I was sitting there looking at my phone because Lowe's opens at 6 a.m., but they don't start receiving until 7. Their receiving hours are 7 to 4. I was hoping that I could get loaded or unloaded early because yesterday, whenever I started my day at a Lowe's, I went in and checked in with them at 6:30, and they went ahead and let me unload at 6:30, and they were kind of pissed off at first, but after they realized that they didn't have to do anything, they didn't help me unload. I unloaded everything, and they just signed the paperwork, and it wasn't very much. It didn't take very long. Then all of a sudden, the guy was happy and started joking around with me, but initially, he was pissed off. So this morning, I was hoping I would be able to unload at 6:30 again. I was going to wait until about 6:30 to go in there, but I'm laying in bed like a couple of minutes after my alarm goes off, and I hear a knock on my door. And it's not like somebody banging the hell out of the side of my... It's you know, a nice little knock, a courteous knock. And I'm thinking, oh, Lowe's is unloading early. This is awesome. Either that, or I was thinking it was either Lowe's wanted to start unloading early, or there was another driver that showed up that was going to tell me I needed to get out of the dock so that they could get in the dock. I was going to tell them to go, you know, pound sand. So I got dressed and hopped out of my truck, and I was like, hello, and he goes, you want to unload? I was like, yeah. He said, let's go, let's unload, let's go. And he was like acting like he was on meth or something, like he was really hyped up. and very energetic and lots of hand motions and stuff. And I said, and he wasn't wearing any Home Depot attire. And there was a JB Hunt truck parked next to me. Damn it, this SUV is slowing down again, and just as I get a pickup coming alongside me passing. I'm passing this damn SUV. I'm tired of them just yo-yoing around in front of me. Damn it, there's a huge line of cars in front of me. Now the SUV's speeding up again. This SUV, every time somebody goes to pass them, they speed up. They're doing 70 miles an hour now. I was doing 65 and going faster than them a second ago. They were doing, so whenever nobody's passing them, they slow down to like 62, 63. And then when somebody goes to pass them, they speed up and speed match whoever's passing them. So he was just like being really animated. He was like, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. And I was like, all right, we'll go. Like, let me grab my paperwork and we'll go. I said, who are you? I was trying to find out if he was a driver. And he said, this is my show. That's who I am. This is my show. I'm like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? And he said, you know, this is my show like 3 or 4 times. And I was like, all right. So I grabbed my stuff, my, you know, clipboard and paperwork and stuff, and went inside there. And I couldn't see him inside there. I didn't see the guy that was just outside my truck. Because everybody in there was wearing a Home Depot vest, and the guy was black. It was dark outside. I couldn't see his facial features. And there was some guy standing at the end of my trailer. All right, let's get around these people. I don't know if they'll let me pass. They keep speeding up every time somebody tries to pass them. No, they've already sped up. They're pulling away from me. We don't have very far to go. I have a plot. I think it's, I don't know the exact mileage because I had to put some plot points down to get Google to route me the way I wanted to route. Google was trying to route me through dirt roads and backyards and shit. Trying to save a second. Now these people are hauling ass. Good. I don't want them right on my front bumper. So I get in there and I don't see the guy. Because, like, they're all wearing Home Depot vests. I said, who is the guy that was knocking on my door? And the guy standing in the back of my trailer goes, me, this is my show. And I was like, all right, well, if you're in such a hurry, you can go ahead and sign all the paperwork. It's just 2 windows. I'll go grab them real quick. So I showed him where to sign on the paperwork and went in there and grabbed the windows. And I said, thank you much. I appreciate you guys getting me out of here early. I was hoping I'd get unloaded early. I didn't think it would be this early, though. And then I walked out and left. So, yeah, that was awesome. I was gone by like 15 after 6. And I'm not sure what was going on, but as I was driving an ambulance, as I was driving away, he walked over and said something to the JB Hunt truck that was parked along the fence line, and JB Hunt shut their lights off and turned their truck off. So I guess he didn't anticipate me getting unloaded so quick, and he told JB Hunt they were going to have to wait until 7 or something like that. I don't know what was going on. I think that JB Hunt was complaining. Okay, I'm just completely guessing at what might possibly have taken place is that JB Hunt maybe had a 7 a.m. appointment, and they were concerned that I wasn't going to be done by 7 a.m., and they went in there complaining that they had the first appointment of the day and I was already in the dock, and they wanted me out of the dock so that they could, get unloaded on their appointment time. I'm guessing, completely guessing that that's what happened. And then they had me unloaded by like 10 after 6. And they told JB Hunt that they wouldn't be able to start on them until 7. But JB Hunt would have pulled into the dock. I'm not understanding that. There was 2 other trucks sitting there. There was 2 over the road trucks that were parked. There was I think it was Knight was there before I got there yesterday. I got there at 6 p.m. yesterday, and there was already a Knight parked there, which is Swift. Swift owns Knight. And then when I left this morning, there was another truck parked alongside the roadway, some small no-name carrier. I don't know why they'd park in the road. Like, they weren't parked on the shoulder of the road. They were parked in a lane of traffic in the road. It was 2 lanes in each direction, and the truck was just parked in one lane of traffic. Like, what? Where are you from? Mexico or something? Like, I know that's how they do it there, but, like, that's not what we do here. What in the hell is in the road? Oh, that's just a tire mark. Damn it, there's a roundabout that I have to go through. I hate roundabouts. So yeah, I got out of there pretty quick. I made good time from Lawton to Ardmore. Got in and out of Ardmore quick. Made good time to Durant. Got in and out of Durant quick. And then got in and out of McAllister quick. McAllister is where somebody actually helped me unload. It was the 2 guys that were overly helpful. They were awesome. And then I just delivered in Muskogee to that hateful, evil woman that just gave me the stink eye the whole time I was there. All right, speed limit's dropping down to 55. Now, I don't know what she was pissed off about, because she didn't say a word while I was there. All right, speed limit's going down to 45. We're doing 46. Southgate Commercial Center. Is that the name of this town, Southgate? I think we're in Tahlequah right now. We might be in another town next to Tahlequah. I'm not sure. Tahlequah is like the capital of the Cherokee Nation. So yeah, I was concerned. Okay, when I checked last night, I saw that it was around 400 miles of driving today. And I was like, damn, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it to Tulsa. I don't know, like what I was hoping today. Just a second here. I'm going to need both lanes for a damn traffic circle. And I had plenty of room behind me, but the vehicles behind me are catching up.
Exit the traffic circle onto US 62.
All right, we made it.
US 62, 1 mile.
So, what I wanted to do today was get everything before Tulsa done, so that tomorrow all I would have would be Tulsa. Now, I have a lot of deliveries in Tulsa. I think I have 13 deliveries to do in the Tulsa area. That's going to be a lot to get done tomorrow. I did 10 deliveries the day that I delivered to Oklahoma City, Monday. I did 10 total deliveries that day. So 13 is possible because I had, in between my first deliveries, like I started in Enid, and then I had to drive an hour to Stillwater, and then from Stillwater I had to drive an hour to Edmond, Oklahoma. So I had 2 hours of driving in between deliveries, and I still managed to do 10 deliveries across Oklahoma City, even though I had to drive for 2 hours just to get to Oklahoma City. I did 10 total deliveries that day. So we have a left turn coming up in like a mile and a half. Traffic's not too bad, but every time we hit one of these stoplights, it gets really congested. So hopefully we don't have a stoplight right before my left turn. Otherwise, I'm going to have issues getting over into the left lane. So yeah, there is a small chance that I might be able to just go ahead and get real close in front of me. Then the light can turn red and I can slam on my brakes, try not to hit you. All right, after this car, I'm going to go ahead and get in the left lane because the cars around me are not moving very fast. They're just kind of hanging around me. They're loitering, and I don't want to get stuck in the lane. Yeah, just go around me, then cut me off and slam on your brakes. There's no reason that I'm, slowing down the way I am. Just decrease the space that I have to stop. That's what I do. Like if a train was trying to come to a stop, I would just pull out in front of it like a fucking retard. But these people, they're smooth brain.
Continue straight onto US 62, Business East, South Muskogee Avenue.
Now I get to stop because of all these smooth brain people. That drove around me. Just had to get in front of me so that they could slow me down. I can see the Lowe's sign from here. I'm surprised that the other cars over here left the lane open. What that goes to show you is that it's actually a small percentage of morons. The vast majority of people are like thoughtful, kind,
1,000 feet, turn left.
intelligent. There's just a small percentage of dumbasses.
Take the next left, then turn right.
What in the shit is this?
At the light, turn left onto Meadow Creek Drive, Meadow Creek Lane. In 800 feet, turn left.
All right. Here we go. It would be nice if they had like some signs, truck entrance this way. But no, you just kind of have to know that it's, there's an entrance way down here. It's really sketchy to drive one of these big vehicles
Then your destination will be on the left.
down some road where you don't know where it goes, because you might end up having to back all the way out. All right, let's see how we're going to do this. We're just going to pivot. Let's throw our four ways on. Let me get my seatbelt off. Maximum visibility. And right there should be the spot. And if I did not guess correctly, then this is going to be a really, really tough back. I think it's going to be a really tough back anyway. There's not much in the way of room here. And I don't think I got lined up very well. No, I didn't get lined up where the damn... I'm not even sure I can save this. All right, let's try. Man, they have got shit just piled everywhere. Well, now we look like we know what we're doing. It's right there. All right. Let me go open my doors. I can't get out of the way. It's just too tight. But I'm going to go open my doors, be right back. Let me get off the drive line. We're set up just about perfect. Yeah, I was hoping I'd be able to finish. Like, this is where I was hoping I'd be able to get to today. Tahlequah, my last delivery for today. But now I'm getting greedy. Now I'm thinking, you know what? I might be able to get a couple of Tulsa deliveries done today. Let's pull forward and straighten out. If I don't have to back at an angle, I don't. It's really nice to be able to see. All right, let's bump the dock gently, which is not easy to do with air brakes going down a ramp. And my depth perception is not good enough to know how close I am. There we go, we just touched it. All right, I'm gonna pause this while I go unload. All right, we're about to get rolling. I got unloaded really quick. They were super nice here. They hopped right in and helped me unload. It is 2:34 p.m. right now, and I'm an hour away from Tulsa. 2:30, I get there at 3:30. So I should be able to unload once at a Lowe's, and then one of the other places I'm delivering. Oh, sweet. It was wide open. I almost knocked a cone over. So I should be able to make one Lowe's delivery, and then there's a place that I'm delivering to. That is not a Lowe's. It's called Accent Moving. And they're open until 5 p.m. I don't have any notes on my delivery schedule that say that I have to arrive within a certain time or anything like that. So I'm hoping that they just receive loads throughout their entire business hours. I should be able to get there right around 4 p.m., like an hour before they close. And then I will go stage up at, just camp for the night at one of the Lowe's. And I need to figure out my delivery schedule because the way they have this routed is horrible. Like, I just noticed that one of my very first Tulsa deliveries was past Broken Arrow. Like, I was going to be driving through Broken Arrow to get to Bixby, and I had 2 deliveries in Broken Arrow. I was like, why am I driving past Broken Arrow and then backtracking So I was like, let's do the Broken Arrow deliveries first. And they're just like a mile apart, maybe 2 miles apart. I'm just going to drive city streets in between them. Why am I in the left lane? Because there's a left turn lane. There's not a turn lane for the right. And you see all these people trying to get out onto the road from the right, and all the people turning off to the right, trying to avoid having to come to a stop in the right lane. And also, it makes it easier for the people that are turning on and off the road. We're going to have to go through that damn roundabout again. All right, stay green, stay green. Son of a... I have very bad luck with lights. And it can add a lot of time to your drive, having to stop at every light through a town. It's like driving through a town at 5 miles an hour in one of these trucks because of how long it takes to get up to speed. All right. Light in front of me just turned red. Hopefully it'll turn green by the time I get there. All right, just turned green. So knock out Lowe's, knock out my non-Lowe's delivery, and then after I get those two knocked out, I might look and see if there's a Home Depot that I can deliver, because Home Depot is open till 5. Like, I just wanted to hurry up and, start heading toward some place to get like at least one delivery knocked out today. I don't know what's going on with this van over here in the left lane that's just going really slow.
Use any lane to turn slightly right toward US 62 West.
Oh, sweet. We didn't have to go through the damn roundabout this direction.
Continue on US 62 West for 20 miles.
Uh-oh, I'm doing 52. Speed limit's still 45. Breaking the law. Breaking the law. We're down to 49. I'm not an outlaw. Much. See, I really need to like plot out all of my deliveries. And then organize them in the order I want to go in. But I kind of, red light, I kind of need to go in the order that they have them in because of the way the trailer's loaded. There's still like a lot of double stacked windows, and there's still a lot of windows that I don't have much access to, so I kind of need to go in the order that they're in. I'm just skipping the line with one delivery right now. The way it was scheduled was I was supposed to go to Bixby and then Broken Arrow. I'm doing it backwards. I'm only delivering one single window to Bixby. So that one window shouldn't be blocking all of my Broken Arrow stuff. Getting a little bit of wobble. And I'm not sure if that's the road or the truck. Speed limit went up to 65, and these folks are, this cluster of vehicles in front of me is doing 60. $52 miles until I get to the first delivery. Well, we've finally gotten up to 65. I don't think this lasts very long. We're going to get to Muskogee, and then it's going to drop back down. The Castle, Muskogee, Oklahoma Halloween Festival. I think I went on a field trip to the castle whenever they were doing a Renaissance fair. And that was a lot of fun. They were so in character that I jokingly, like, was going to buy a beer, and the girl just sold me the beer without IDing me. I was on a high school field trip. I was like 16 or 17 years old. I think it was 16. But yeah, they were like, everyone there was really in character. They weren't IDing people for drinks. Oh, I just had a bad thought. This vehicle in front of me slowed down again. Now I got this truck going by. That woman that was, that old lady that was checking her mail, she was like leaned over, looking inside the mailbox, seeing if there was anything else in there. I thought about hitting my air horn. I restrained myself, though. I didn't do it. All right, 13 miles until we hop onto the 165 north, which I think might be a toll road. Either that or it's a little cut across to the toll road. I don't know, there are so many toll roads in Oklahoma. And when I turn off avoid tolls, Google just gets really ridiculous on the routing and will have me hop on a toll road to save 1 second, pay $5 to save a second. So I'm going to have to be careful with my routing around Tulsa because there's a few toll roads that are like shortcuts around Tulsa, and I can't be driving back and forth on that toll road, racking up $5 here and there. They're not paying me enough on this load to be just driving on the toll roads like that. I wish this vehicle in front of me would pick a speed. They keep bouncing between 60 and 75. And it looks like they're looking toward the right. So they're probably talking to somebody or playing on their phone. But this has already been a really productive day. Even if I didn't do another delivery, this was like a very productive day. Should get to the Lowe's at 3:30. Make my delivery. And then go to Accent Moving. Make my delivery. And then go to the Lowe's in Bixby, which is just down the street a couple miles. And I'll get there probably like 4:30 or 5. And I'm only delivering one window there. I'm going to try to make the delivery. I will probably be able to make the delivery there. And then I'll just have to figure out where in the hell to go. But yeah, if I could knock out 3 of my Oklahoma City deliveries today, or not Oklahoma City, but Tulsa deliveries today. Oh my goodness, that'd be amazing. That would only leave me 10 for tomorrow. There's 13 total Tulsa area deliveries. Let me go for another soda. Not another grape. Let's fish for another one. That would like be like 4 grapes in a row. Ooh, tiki punch. I'm gonna try to open this one fast and see if it equalizes faster. Like the last few ones I've opened, they've all like not blown like carbonation stuff everywhere for like the first 2 or 3 seconds, and then it starts spewing, and it doesn't do a lot. So let's try opening this one up all the way. It might backfire on me. I'm going to hold a paper towel over the top. All right, that worked. It didn't spew at all. The only thing that sucks about parking in Lowe's docks is that they unload trailers until like 11 p.m. So you're hearing the banging of the forklift going in and out, and then it's quite a bit of noise. All right, you got a red light. Yeah, I'm trying to stop for the light. You guys just keep packing in front of me. Keep decreasing my stopping distance. Should turn green any second, and it turned green while I was saying that. Is the van going to go for it? Ah, they were thinking about it. Fajita Rita's Mexican restaurant. I love fajitas. One of my favorite foods. Just a second here. Motorcycle in front of me is slowing down. And the speed limit's dropping to 45. Two and a half miles until I get onto the 165. Got 38 miles to the Lowe's in Tulsa. It's in, what is the name of the town? Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. Left lane closed in half a mile. Light just turned green. Motorcycles turning and red light. That is a very fast light. Two miles until I get on the 165. Everybody's stacking up in that left lane, trying to at least get in front of me, but also try to get in front of as many cars as they can. Come on. Are you fucking kidding me? This guy's sitting here jerking off at the light. Yeah, they're just trying to get in front of me. Oh, there's a nasty lip on the right side. Grab my steer tire. Come on. Who's a dumbass slowing down up front? Speed limit's 45, not 35. 165 Muskogee Turnpike, Tulsa, Fort Smith, exit 1 mile. So, yep, that's the toll road we're going to be hopping onto to drive to Tulsa. Got about 30 miles of toll road.
Use the right lane to take the Oklahoma 165 north ramp to Tulsa, corner Muskogee. Use the right lane to take the Oklahoma 165 north ramp. In a quarter mile, merge onto Oklahoma 165 north, Oklahoma.
They didn't have much in the way of signs for that exit. Without Google, I'm not sure I would have been able to find that exit there. Speed limit up to 70. Let's turn the cruise control back on. Now we got interstate-like roads all the way to our first stop. Let's see what the time is. 3:04. We're 34 miles away, so yeah, we'll get there shortly after 3:30. Should be out of there by 4. And then drive a couple miles down the street to Accent Moving, deliver there, and then go to the Lowe's Bixby, or the Bixby Lowe's. Speed limit 80. And try to deliver the one window there. And then, if I'm able to make that delivery, then I'll take the rest of the night off. And I will set and route plan how to do the remaining deliveries. A couple of them are obvious. The last 3 deliveries are obvious because they're outside of town. Grove will be my last delivery, Claremore my second to last, and Bartlesville my third to last. So I have 13 total deliveries in the Tulsa area. If I'm able to knock 3 of them out today, and then the final 3, I know the order they're going to be in. So that'll just leave me 7 loads around Tulsa, 7 deliveries around Tulsa that I have to figure out the order. And I have a lot of windows in the trailer for the number of deliveries I have left. I'm a little concerned that one of my deliveries is going to be huge. I hope it's not a Home Depot, because I don't want to hear shit from Home Depot about my appointment. If I roll up in there and I have a 40 window delivery to a Home Depot, they're probably going to throw a little temper tantrum. We got a cop up here. I think I have 2 Home Depots to deliver in Tulsa. I don't recall any of my deliveries having a lot of stuff to deliver. Any of my remaining deliveries, I don't remember any of them being more than like 15 windows. All right, looks like the right lane is closing ahead. I got a car along my left right now.
There are police reported ahead.
And I think that this accent place that I'm delivering is all of the thin cardboard boxes at the back of the trailer. I've got a big stack of thin cardboard boxes, and I think that's all them. All right, we're going to stay in the left lane. We got this dump truck that just came off the shoulder. We got a bunch of merging traffic, and a cop's got somebody pulled over. Or is that a construction vehicle? It's hard to tell. It looks like a construction vehicle. Construction vehicles run red and blues in Oklahoma. Like the dump truck in front of me, it has red and blues on it. Yeah, construction and I think tow trucks. I'm not sure what all runs red and blues in Oklahoma, but it's really hard to tell, like, if it's a cop whenever you see red and blues. Man, if I would have known I was going to be able to get this far today, I would have done my Tulsa trip planning last night. At least come up with a list of, an order to do them in. That pickup's way off the shoulder. I'm not going to get over for him. Doing 70 and an 80. I'm not going to get in that left lane unless I need to. There's a car right behind me that's probably about to jump into the left lane and pass. There it goes. "21 miles to go."
There's a lane closure ahead.
All right, left lane's closed ahead. Nearest car is about a half a mile behind me, quarter of a mile behind me. Water on roadway. Speed limit dropped to 60. I see a bunch of flashing lights up ahead, and it looks like we're going to hop over to the other side and do some bi-directional crap. Are you kidding me? I'm paying to be on this nice road, and I'm having to do some bi-directional. Whenever they're doing this kind of stuff, they should like stop charging tolls. I like it whenever they put up signs that say how long the bi-directional is going to last. They didn't do that here. Wow. They built a really big temporary construction site that we just passed. What in the hell? People just out in the road. Just filling potholes while there's cars driving by. Oh my goodness. Wouldn't it suck to be on that crew? They're like, well, guys, we need you to go fill in some potholes today. But we've already got the road down to single lane, so we can't close the lane for you. Could you just, like, try to fill them in between cars? Maybe one of you can be a lookout or something and let the others know when a car gets close. Make sure you got your life insurance filled out. What they should have done is temporary shutdowns for them to fill in potholes. Have a vehicle block the road, fill in potholes, and then the vehicle pulls off to the shoulder. Left lane closed in half a mile. And I'm going to have to review my toll charges after all this crap. Make sure I don't get overbilled. Make sure that Colorado doesn't try charging me for express lanes, because I remember when I was driving by the express lanes, my toll transponder was beeping, even though I wasn't in the express lanes. Come on, four-wheelers, you're free now. Go. Oh. That truck just hit me with a rock. Let's get around this fucker. At least they're making an attempt with their long mud flaps. Usually when trucks have long mud flaps like that, they're just the wind is catching them and blowing them straight out, and it's like driving without mud flaps. They're just throwing all kinds of crap on the cars behind them. But they have chains on those mud flaps trying to get them to stay down. They're not doing a great job, but at least some effort was made. Looks so nice out here. Looks very rural. And just in a few miles, we're about to pull into a major metropolitan area. Those are some really tall antennas. Wonder what in the hell they're for. There's several of them. I count 4. Seven miles. And basically, the Lowe's is right off of the highway. I gotta take the exit, make a left, make another left, and I'm there. I wish Google Maps would have like your next turn after the one that it currently has on there, because in these trucks, when you're driving around in a city and you're turning, a lot, you have to set up for your next turn. So if I think that my next turn is going to be a right turn, and I turn into the right lane, and then after I get in the right lane, it tells me that I have a left turn in 150 feet, it can be impossible for me to make that turn because it's really hard to get one of these vehicles over in a short distance. 5 miles. And we are pretty much right on time. Shortly after 3:30, hoping to be out of there by 4. I think it's 13 windows that I'm delivering. And then my next delivery to Accent should be really easy if it's just all those cardboard boxes. I think it's just panes of glass. There's a very thin stack of cardboard boxes at the very back of the trailer that look like they're probably just panes of glass. And then the Bixby Lowe's is just one single window. I am going to try to knock all 3 of those out today. At the Bixby Lowe's, I'm going to hop into the back of the trailer, grab their window, because it's a small window, and I'm just going to walk up to their shipping and receiving door and ask them if they can sign for the window, because I'm pretty sure the shipping and receiving people are still going to be there until 5, and I'll probably get there at like 4:30. And then I'll set at the Bixby Lowe's and get a rough idea of what order I'm going to do the Tulsa deliveries in, and then I'll go to whatever delivery I plan on doing next, and I'll camp there.
Take the exit toward East 71st Street South, East Kenosha Street.
One and a half miles, we're almost there. All right. Let's go ahead and grab this right lane.
Take the exit toward East 71st Street South, East Kenosha Street.
.35-mile-per-hour exit.
Take the exit toward East 71st Street South. In a quarter mile, turn left on East 71st Street South, East Kenosha Street.
I think I remember when I looked through my delivery list, none of my Home Depots were receiving many items. So I was thinking, okay, the Home Depot shouldn't be too big of a problem then.
At the light, turn left on East 71st Street South, East Kenosha Street.
Alright, I'm making a left at this, and then I'm making a left at the next light. So I need to turn into the left lane. This is single lane. Somebody just passed me on the shoulder to make a right turn. I don't care. As long as they don't bother me, I don't really care. Alright, yellow, red, green.
At the light, turn left onto North 20th Street.
Alright, it's a narrow lane that I'm pulling into, but I have quite a bit of room out here. I should be able to make it without going over the curb, hopefully. Give me a green arrow. I don't want a flashing yellow trying to cut across 3 lanes of traffic. Green arrow. Yay.
In a quarter mile, arrive at your destination.
Alright, and I should just follow this straight into the receiving area. Got a couple of pickups flying by me. Alright, get the hell around me, dumbasses. You can't see that these are really tight turns. It's a really long vehicle. Alright. What in the hell is this guy doing? He's pumping liquid out of something. OklahomaFacilityServices.com. I'm going to take my seatbelt off and figure out how I'm going to spin around for the dock. I should have enough room here. Damn it, we look like we know what we're doing. I'm basically lined up straight into the dock. All right, let me go open the doors. Switch off the drive line. All right, now let's get backed up in there. It's 3:39 right now.
Head east toward North 20th Street.
3.5 miles to Accent. I told Google to go ahead and go to the next stop. Just a second. Trying to ease into it. Alright, I just touched the pad, so I'm close. There we go. We nudged it. I'm going to pause this while I go unload. Alright, door closed, ready to roll. There were like 4 people to help me offload. Alright. Let me look at the route before we take off. Alright. I'm basically just heading out to the same road that I just turned in off of. I'm going to drive down that road for like 2.5 miles. Make a left turn and then a right turn, and I'm there. I'm sweaty. I had to down stack because part of their delivery was a group of, it was in a group of windows that was, wow. I think somebody just blew through the stop sign. We almost had an accident. Big rock in the road. All right, I'm gonna drive down the center of the road so these dumbasses don't try and pass me.
At the light, turn right on East 71st Street South, East Kenosha Street.
All right, we have a green arrow to turn right. Are we gonna have another green light? Like, is this our lucky day or what? My goodness. Two and a half miles, we'll make a left on Sycamore. Alright. They still have to go through the left turn. Should turn green now, and it did. Come on, let's do green lights all the way there. The cars on either side of me are being polite, and they're leaving space for me on both sides. Looks like the right lane's about to end. Still got 2 miles after this light. 4:04 p.m. So we're running a little behind schedule. Kind of. I was kind of expecting to be at my next delivery here. I was hoping to be done with this next delivery by 4:30, and I was hoping to be at the Bixby Lowe's just a hair before 5. And I was just going to walk the window up to the door and ask them if they would accept the delivery. "25-mile-per-hour school zone coming up." All right, we got some genius passing in the ending lane. We're doing 22. Well, that's a very short school zone. The 35 speed limit sign says end school zone. We got more special little snowflakes weaving through traffic. We're all just in their way. Look at that El Camino. That is pretty. We had an El Camino when I was a little kid for a short time. It was a really old beat up El Camino. That thing had the smoothest ride of any car I've ever been in. It just like floated. The suspension was crazy on that thing. You go over bumps and you just like softly bounce all over the place. It was an old beat up piece of crap, so there's probably something broken in the suspension. It was bouncing higher than it should. Maybe the shocks were out and it was just going like crazy on springs. I think this SUV wants to get in front of me. All right, the thing that sucks about this next delivery is it's gated. So if they're closed, I'm going to have to park in the street and plot in a new destination on the map. This is a long light. It's letting traffic build up really nice behind me. Now we're down to only 1 mile into my left-hand turn, and it's like a mile of bumper-to-bumper traffic behind me because of how long this light is. As soon as I get an opening, I'm going to get in the left lane. All right, there's a gap between these vehicles. Half a mile left on Sycamore.
In a quarter mile, turn left onto North Sycamore Avenue.
All right, it's after the railroad tracks, shortly after the railroad tracks, and we've lost our damn left turn lane.
Turn left onto North Sycamore Avenue. In half a mile, turn right.
Alrighty. Luckily, there was nobody in that left turn lane. I would not have been able to make that turn if there was. Man, it is, thank goodness there's no cars on this street. It's an industrial area, and like these roads are so tiny.
Take the next right, then you'll arrive at your destination.
All right, this is the place.
You have arrived.
All right, I want to go in and talk to them. They don't have, the docks are all full of box trucks. Let me see what they got. I'm gonna pause this while I go in. All right, all delivered. It's 4:40 p.m. and it's 8 miles away on city roads.
Take the next right onto North Poplar Avenue, then turn right onto West Detroit Street. Take the next right onto West Detroit Street.
Sorry, let me get out of here. All right, the car stopped for me.
In a quarter mile, turn left on the South 100 East Avenue, East 8th Street.
Yeah, this area isn't really designed for trucks this big. We're gonna be making a left at the light. I don't think that they're going to accept my delivery. It's just a little bit too late. I think the shipping and receiving people have gone.
At the light, turn left onto South 145th East Avenue. East
I don't think I'm going to be able to squeeze in there by 5 p.m. I was hoping to get there closer to like 4:30. I don't even think I'm going to be able to get there by 5. I didn't realize it was this much city driving. 8 miles in the city could take like an hour. If I have to set it like 10 lights for 2 minutes apiece, that's like 20 minutes of just setting it lights. Well, maybe all the lights going in the direction I need to go are going to last this long. That'd be nice.
Continue on South 145th East Avenue for 4 miles.
Oh my goodness. Only me and one car made it through that light. I feel so bad for everybody. Hopefully they were all making right turns. Me and this car were well, no, the right turn lane was open. So yeah, they were all making left turns. That sucks. Well, let's see if we make this light. We're up to 27. Just got to get in that space, don't you? Are they going to whip back over in the left lane now that they see it's moving faster? We'll see. Maybe they're going to make a right turn in front of me. I was just sitting here thinking, did I close my doors? Ever since that gate person at Menards left my doors open, I've been freaking out about whether or not my doors are closed. And I was thinking, did I remember to close my doors? And I'm sitting here watching for them swinging. I'm like, I locked my doors open. So if they're not locked open, then they're closed. I don't let my doors free swing. So the item that was short, the guy that received said that they receive those types of deliveries all the time, and they're always one item short. And the item that's short is listed as like AI generated something or something, whatever. So it's probably a fictitious item. It's probably not even real. But we marked it short, and they can deal with it with gelled win. But yeah, they all of the items on their delivery was it was just the panes of glass that have been at the back of the trailer the whole trip. So finally got rid of those panes of glass that were in really thin cardboard boxes. Oh, you hesitated. If you would have gone for it, you would have made it. Oh my goodness. This is some bumpy road. .8 miles to Florence Street. And Florence will take me basically all the way there. Just a second here. This van in front of me is going abnormally slow. I don't know if they're distracted or they're looking for a turn. And we're green. This is going to be a very difficult. Hopefully this Florence that I'm turning right on has like 3 lanes. Because if it's one of these tight little turns like the rest of these streets, I'm going to need a lot of room to swing it. This could be curb number 6 that we hit here in a minute. We've hit 5 curbs on this load so far. And I'm not counting the 2 sidewalls. I'm only counting up and over. I hit 2 sidewalls. I hit my left steer sidewall and the right side trailer sidewall on the same turn, turning into Lowe's in, was that Muskogee? I think it was Tahlequah. No, I can't remember. It was one of the Lowe's. I turned in the main entrance, and it had a really narrow lane
turn right onto East 111th Street South
that had a curb on the left side and the right side. Great. We're going to get a red light, so traffic's going to get an opportunity to build up. So if I need to swing, I'm not going to be able to do it. So this is my right turn. Come on, turn green before traffic builds up. Oh, it looks narrow. It looks narrow.
Right onto East 111th Street South, West Florence Street.
And there's like no curb, like there's no, like it's just like a straight corner on the curb. They have no room for vehicles to swing around the damn corner. Infrastructure is not designed for large vehicles. We have to drive all over town to deliver crap, but none of the infrastructure is designed for us. And this light is taking for fucking ever. Sorry for the language, but traffic is just building like crazy around me. It's just like it's not that bad. I mean, it's a couple 100 feet behind me of traffic. I mean, it's not like a mile of traffic, but they just keep stacking up. There are no cars coming from the other direction on the light, so I might be able to just swing really wide into oncoming traffic coming the other way. All right, we got a green. Damn it, right there fucking comes a car, and it's taking a left turn. You can't make this fucking shit up. Come on, cars, let me swing.
Continue on East 111th Street South for 4 miles.
I missed that curb by like half an inch. If I didn't have bad luck, I wouldn't have any fucking luck at all. Sorry for the language. It just pisses me off how poorly designed our infrastructure is. All right, speed limit 30, speed limit 25, and we're losing the right lane. I'm doing 34 right now. Why is the speed limit going down to 25? These are temporary signs, so it must be for this inactive construction over on the left. And there's no like end construction sign. So I'm just going to go back up to 40. Like they didn't put signs out properly. I'm not even sure that they're authorized to put those speed limit signs out. It could just be some fucking construction company. Sorry for the language. I'm just in a really bad mood right now. Yeah, those signs were probably just put out by some construction company. Might not even have a permit to put speed limit signs out. But, like, if they had a permit, then there would have to be like some end construction, some point, or a new speed limit sign telling you the speed limit went back up to 40. They didn't do that. They just put, hey, the speed limit's down to 30, it's down to 25, and it's going to stay 25 forever. That's not how you put temporary speed limits up. Oh, I feel bad for this guy. He finally got an opening coming this direction, and then bam, I popped up. He's just stopped trying to get on the road. Oh, he got out. He got out. Stop sign coming up. Still 2.5 miles away, and it's 4:55. So I might be staying the night at the Bixby Lowe's. Weight limit 24 tons, 48,000 pounds. I am under that limit. How much do I weigh right now? Let me think. So when I was fully loaded, I weighed about 50,000 pounds. And I have about maybe 4,000 pounds left in the trailer out of 15. So I'm about 11,000. We'll say 10,000 pounds lighter. So I'm at about 40,000 pounds. The trailer is almost empty. And my tractor with an empty trailer weighs about 35,000 pounds. All right, let's see if they got it trimmed back for me. Am I going to hit a branch? We did not hit a branch. Yay. We got these damn construction people putting out these speed limit signs again. It looks like they might actually have some speed limit signs of the speed going. No, that's another 25 sign. I was like, maybe they did it right, and they put another sign up. All right, there's a bump and a turn. We are half a mile away. Well, we did not knock over any road cones. That's nice. So after this light, we're going to make a left turn. I don't want to block this intersection. We got enough room. This truck's going for it. They're like, thank you. All right, so I need to get in this new left lane, and then I need to make a left turn very quickly. All right, there's the green light. Come on, come on. We can make it. We can make it. We can make it. Stay green, you son of a biscuit.
In 1,000 feet, turn left on East 112th Street South.
So it's not this entrance. It's this entrance right here.
Take the next left on East 112th Street South, then your destination will be on the left. Your destination is on the left.
All right, it's 5:02. I'm going to run in there really quick. Be right back. All right, there's no one in the shipping receiving area. They're not answering the door. So we're just going to have to camp here for the night. I'm not going to park in the dock. I am going to park alongside the dock because when they open the door at 6 a.m., I'm just going to be standing there with a window. I'm going to show you something on the side of the trailer. I can't figure out how this happened. Maybe you guys have a guess. But there's a lot of damage on the right side of my trailer. It's been there since I picked it up. And I can't, figure out how it happened. I need to get closer to the curb. You know what? It's going to be pretty damn difficult for people to get into the dock with me parked here. Let's see how it is when I get backed in all the way. See how bad it looks. All right, we're definitely close enough to the curb now. I don't want to hit the trash can. They have a cardboard trash can out there. Don't want to bump it. All right, let me get out and see how far away from it I am. I'm about 4 feet in front of it. I think that's close enough. And there's plenty of room for people to swing around and get into the dock. So, and it says do not park towaway zone in front of that recycling thing because trucks pull up in front of it to pick it up. But I'm just staying overnight, and if they show up in the middle of the night to pick the damn thing up, then I'll move. So I can't find another good place to park around here. If I park along the curb over there, then I'll be blocking those two trailers. So let's look at the delivery schedule and see what I got. Let's see what is left on the list. So I've got one of them. I've got two different delivery schedules. Well, one of them is a schedule. The other one is a legend that tells me what stickers they used to identify the loads, and you can't trust it. It's not accurate. So anyway, let's look at the loads we got here. So my very first Oklahoma City load is number 31 Bixby, where I'm at right now. And then 32 and 33 are the two Broken Arrow loads that I just did. So we've got Bixby lows. And then my next one is Mill Creek Lumber and Supply Company. It's one item. It is, I know which one it is. It's a window that is inside. They did a 2x4 frame around it to protect it. And then after that, Michael Faust. It's some customer that did a ship to store. I don't know what kind of store it is. I'm guessing it's a Lowe's. But that's in Tulsa. So Mill Creek Lumber in Tulsa. Either a Home Depot or a Lowe's in Tulsa. Let's check what the address is. "9808 East 71st. It's only 4 miles away. What in the fuck is this? It's a Home Depot. A weird looking Home Depot. It's pretty close to where I'm at. But all these should be pretty close to where I'm at. They're all in Tulsa. Oklahoma City, even though they were all in the Oklahoma City area, almost all my deliveries were like 15 miles apart because Oklahoma City is so spread out. So I've got this Lowe's in Bixby, and then I've got Mill Creek Lumber and Supply Company, and then a Home Depot, and then two more Lowe's in Tulsa. Mark Marshall 8880. It's another ship to store. I don't know. Let's see what this address is. See if it's a Lowe's or a Home Depot. I'm betting you money it's a Home Depot because I have 2 Home Depot deliveries in Tulsa, and none of these are marked as Home Depot. 8880 South Delaware Avenue. Yeah, it popped up as a Home Depot in the search results. And then we got Lowe's in Tulsa, then Lowe's in Owasso, Lowe's in Claremore, Bartlesville, and then Grove, Oklahoma. And that's it. So my 2 Home Depot deliveries are shipped to stores. So the store didn't order them. A customer ordered them and ordered them to be shipped to those specific stores to be picked up. So let's look through the number of items. So where I'm at right now is 1 item. And then I'm just going to go through these. I'm not going to say what they are. I'm just going to call out what number items. So 1, 1, 2, 8, 21, 2, 12, 7, 22, and 15. So I have 2 big orders left, a 21 and a 22. So my very last 2 orders are 22 and 15. So a lot of the windows in there are for my 2 last orders. 22 windows takes up a lot of space. I'm confident I can knock this all out tomorrow, but I need to trip plan it to be certain. And I'm really glad that I'm starting my day off at a Lowe's, because Lowe's opens earlier than Home Depot, and the shipping and receiving people arrive at 6 a.m. They don't generally start receiving trucks until 7, but I'm going to be standing there at 6 a.m. with my window. And then the next place I'm supposed to go is Mill Creek Lumber and Supply. Let's check and see what their hours are. Actually, let me check my I want to check my schedule. I got to find the email that has found it. Man, the sun is coming in so bright from my left. Can barely see the phone screen. All right, Mill Creek Lumber is first come, first serve from 7 a.m. until 4. And if I can get delivered here real early, I might get over to Mill Creek Lumber too damn early in the morning. Let me see what their address looks like. See if it's like gated. Are they not even going to open up the gate till 7 a.m.? Let's check and see what their address is. Mill Creek Lumber, 6970 East 38th Street. Okay, this place looks like a shithole. This is where are they supposed to receive a fucking truck? This is pissing me off just looking at this place. There's yeah, there's no dock or anything for a truck. It is gated. I don't even know where I'm supposed to come in from. This is crazy. Okay, I think I know where I'm supposed to come in from, but okay, this might not be as crazy as I thought it was. So it looks like they have several buildings here. I still don't see any kind of docks anywhere, but it looks like there's they have a bunch of semi trucks parked in here. They're all flatbeds, so I don't think they have any kind of docks. Um, and I'm not 100% sure of their truck entrance. So yeah, that delivery might be a minor pain in the ass. Is that a Walmart? Yeah, that's a Walmart straight across from me. This is the second time I've like last night at Lawton. Was it last night? No. It wasn't last night in Lawton. Or was it? Yeah, it was Sunday night in Lawton. Where did I stop at last night? No, Sunday night was in Enid, wasn't it? And then I started Monday in Oklahoma City from Enid. And then Monday night, was in Lawton. Was it in Enid? Yeah, it was in Enid where I parked across from the Walmart Sunday night. And I went over there and shopped. And then Monday night I was in Lawton. And now Tuesday night I'm at another Lowe's where directly across the street is a Walmart. I don't need to do any shopping at Walmart. I'm going to be home probably tomorrow. So I don't need to be stocking up on groceries. I have plenty now. The only thing maybe I might want is another thing of milk. Because I bought 2 gallons of milk, and man, I've been sweating so bad that like I'll just go in there and drink like a full gallon of milk in a couple of minutes. Damn it. I forgot to go into sleeper berth. All right, let me go show you what I was going to show you, and then I'll do a real trip plan, figuring out what order I'm going to do all these things. I'm just kind of talking out loud now. Let me think here, just a second here. That is, okay, that's the Bixby paperwork there. Let me put this paperwork back away so I don't lose anything. All right, let me get the phone out. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about on the side of the trailer. I'll show you how I'm parked here. Just walk out here. I need to get a selfie stick with one of those like motion stabilizers on it. So let's go look side of the truck. So I don't know if you can see it. All these scratch marks. And they go like, you know, this direction. They're going like that. And they're all up and down the trailer. And then there's some really nasty part right here. You see all up there? Then we got this nasty section right here. And I mean, it goes up really high. You can see it up there toward and you can see it trailing off back here, like, and you can see it all up and down through there as well. It was almost, let me see, let's go back to the front. It's basically the entire side of the trailer. Yeah, you can see marks up there. And there's some pretty deep ones up toward the top and some dents up there and stuff. What I'm like curious about and what's like perplexing me is how did it like, usually if you rub up against something it goes straight down the side. How did it go like this, like in this rainbow pattern down the side of the truck? How in the hell do you hit something to create like a rainbow pattern like that. It's like something was going across the trailer like this, diagonally across the trailer. And in some of it, it's almost straight up and down. Some of it, it's at more of an angle. But whenever I first picked the trailer up and I saw all that, I was like, how in the hell do you do that? I'll show you how close I am to the recycling dumpster. I think that's close enough. But I'm gonna eat, watch some TV, and relax and enjoy my night off. Man, I'm working like 8 to 5, Monday through Friday on this load. Not really. I'm working as late as I can and weekends if I can. Oh, we got 3 or 4 people on a forklift. All right, just a second, let me pause this. All right, my door is becoming difficult to open. Something is going on with the latching mechanism to where, like right now it's catching, but sometimes it's not catching. I'm afraid I'm gonna get out of the truck and not be able to get back in. I'm going to take a look at the latch here in a second. I'm going to have to start remembering to bring my key with me when I step out of the truck. That way I can get in the passenger door if I need to. Like, it would be a pain to get in from the passenger side with all that stuff over there, but I could do it. So anyway, that's it for today. What time is it? 5:32 p.m. So yeah, I'm going to be off duty for like 13 hours until 6 a.m. So I've got some time to relax here. So have a good one. And we'll do a video tomorrow, and we'll see if I can wrap this up tomorrow. We'll see how everything goes. And since my Home Depot deliveries are just like one, I think one of them is 1 item and the other one's 2 items. I don't foresee any issues with Home Depot since I'm delivering so few items. And I should be in and out of here really quick in the morning. Like, I plan on getting up at 5:30 so that I can be standing there at the door at 6 a.m. whenever they open up. And I'm going to try to get another Lowe's after this one. I'm going to look at, where everything's at. And if there's another Lowe's nearby, then I'm going to go to another Lowe's first and then go to that lumber mill. Because the lumber supply company, because they don't open up until 7, and I don't want to get there too early. But we'll see what the locations look like and what kind of schedule I can do. I just got to figure out 7, because the last 3 I need to do in a specific order. So, and I just looked, and I think it has me going to Claremore, then Bartlesville, and then Grove, which doesn't make any damn sense at all. because that just has me going back and forth. I think it's like 15 or 20 miles between Claremore and Bartlesville. So it has, and then I have to go to Grove after that. It just like that doesn't make any sense. I'm not doing it in that order, but I think that's the order it was on the paperwork. Was Claremore, then Bartlesville, then Grove. But that's not what I'm going to do. Bartlesville, Claremore, and then Grove. But maybe I'm misremembering. Maybe that's not actually what it was. But so that's it for me today. I'm gonna go eat finish off the beans and potato salad. There's not much left, so I'm gonna go finish those off. And then, where are those people going? So most people have been pulling in here and turning around because they've got all of the roads blocked off here. The only place that you can access from here is the dock and the lumber area. They have a lot of lumber outside. I don't think you can drive around the building. That car is trying to drive around the building, and that's normally a gated area over there. The gate's open right now. They'll close the gate. But we'll see if we see that car come by here in a minute. There's a lot of people pulling in here and then turning around and pulling right back out because they notice that the roadways are blocked off. You can't get to the front of the store from back here. Here comes that SUV that just tried to go around the store through the lumber area. She turned around and is coming back out. So you can't get around from that side either. They've got it blocked off back there. Here she comes pulling out right now. When I worked security at a shopping center, I had a huge problem with people trying to cut across construction areas. There was this old woman. There was a long line at the light, and this old woman pulled into the shopping center and cut through a construction area. The construction area was blocked off because there were these big, like 10-foot deep holes. These massive holes that had been dug for construction. And she's just like driving, like the holes were not marked in any way because the entire area was blocked off. People weren't supposed to be over there, so we didn't mark off the holes. And she is trying to, what she did was she pulled into the shopping center at the very end of the traffic jam, and then she sped through the park. Oh, they're closing the gate. After that woman drove through there, now somebody walked up there and shut the gate. So after that traffic jam, she drove out of the traffic jam into the shopping center, flew across the parking lot at like 40, 50 miles an hour, just like hauling ass. And then she gets up to the construction area and it's blocked off. And she just drives right through the construction tape. And I pulled over and blocked her from going further into the construction. I happened to be, parked over in that area and saw her doing all that. And I pulled in front of her and blocked her from driving further into the construction. And I walked over there, and she just, before I even made it to her car, she's just yelling and screaming at me, telling me to get the F out of her way. Like, this is like a 70-year-old woman. And I said, what in the hell are you doing? And she said, I'm trying to get to Walmart. I need a prescription for my husband. He's going to die. I'm like, what in the hell are you talking about? She said, Walmart pharmacy closes in 5 minutes, and I need to get a prescription for my husband. Get out of my way. And I said, you need to turn around and go back out the same way you came. And she said, no, you need to get out of my way, and just yelling and screaming at me. I'm not like telling you everything that she said to me, but the general like message that she was getting across to me was, F me, get the hell out of her way, and she was going to Walmart pharmacy that was closing in like 5 minutes. It was actually after 9 p.m. I looked at my clock and I said, it's already closed. It's after 9 p.m. right now. So you don't need to kill yourself or someone else getting there. And she was just throwing a little temper tantrum and was refusing to back up her car, was telling me to get out of her way. And we just sat there at a stalemate for like 10 minutes before she eventually backed her car up and left. And she had to pull back out into that traffic jam. Almost got into an accident, forcing her way back into the road. I mean, people are stupid and selfish. Like, they don't really think about others. What kind of sports car is that? That yellow car straight ahead? In the Lowe's, not Lowe's, the Walmart parking. It looks like a Porsche. Let's see. Here it comes. Let's see if somebody can identify it when it turns. Yeah, I would put money on a Porsche. If I were a betting person, I would say I am 85% certain that was a Porsche. Or Porsche, however you pronounce it. So anyway, that's the end of my driving day. I'm sorry I didn't get to record the whole thing, but I had some kind of battery issue. The cable wasn't plugged in all the way or something, and the majority, the first half of the day, first 3/4 of the day, got corrupted whenever the battery ran out. So anyway, have a good one. Bye.